So back in January, I participated in DA Weekend, which is a shiny hunting event hosted by Blue Vector, which brought shiny hunters back to the max layer to test their shiny luck at Dynamax Adventures. And I got extremely lucky. I found literally the only Pokemon I was looking for that weekend, as close to odds as I could possibly be with genuinely as close to zero prep work as I could get. And now here we are, right before another DA weekend that I planned on participating in. There is absolutely no way I could do what I did again, which is why I'm not going to try to. For the first time ever on this channel, I'm going into an event with some degree of competency. It's time for round 2, everyone. Let's dive right in.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
One major thing that made my previous performance so wild is that I was hunting in the lair at full odds, and for those who don't know, that's 1 in 300. Now, I know that sounds great, but this is balanced out by the fact that these encounters take a very long time to see. For about 10 to 20 minutes of work, you can at most get 4 encounters, and that's if you don't wipe out before the final boss. Yikes! I knew for this time I had to get the shiny charm. Full odds hunts are cool and honestly more rewarding, but it's also terribly irresponsible to go into an event like this and just expect that you'll have a hunt that's content worthy. If I hadn't gotten Lugia on the last day of the event last time, I would have just had nothing to show off. So after some shenanigans in Pokemon Home and some help from some friends, I managed to catch every Pokemon in Galar. Problem solved. That's all the prep work I plan on doing, nothing else. It's not like I tried to secure a second copy of the game to further boost my odds only to not see the game until a week after the event, because if anyone's asking, that didn't happen. Either way, the stage was set, and it was time once again to step into the lair and find some shiny Pokemon. Weekend 2. It's the freaking weeking. It's the weekend. I don't have much else to say. I'm just gonna do runs until I get shiny Pokemon, and you're gonna see the shiny Pokemon. Pondering my... Now, if you've seen my previous foray into Dynamax Adventures, you'd know that I had a target going into it. Lugia. So, at this point, you're probably wondering what I'm hoping to see this time. Well, ideally, I'd like to see some Pokemon that I'll be able to use in Pokemon Legends ZA, and that was about all I had in mind. I spent a lot of time searching for Yveltal before the event started, and I thought that would be my goal throughout the entire weekend, but as you'll soon see, I decided to be a little less rigid this time around, and I honestly felt that made it a lot more fun for me. Nothing this time. Yippee! Let's see what we get. Let us see what the Pokemon will receive. I am unmedicated. It's him. God damn! Recon is a lot stronger than I thought it would be. I think if I get shiny Galarian Stunfisk, I am going to fold my Nintendo Switch in half. Banger! Banger! Yeah! I hit this bird, I kill it. Let's see what we get. I believe in you, Dunsparce. You can do it. See, and I would never lie. I'm right every time. Bangerific. Beautiful. Beat that bird's ass. I'm going to get him. Let's see what the Pokemon. No Pokemon. No Pokemon. We're getting pretty close to odds. I'm getting a little worried. No. Around 80 encounters in, I ended up finding what seemed like a fairly solid setup for Yveltal worth saving. At the final boss, we would have Raichu, Piloswine, Seismitoad, and I would have Aurorus. 3 out of 4 Pokemon with good type coverage, and while Seismitoad is just missing stab options for offense for some strange reason, Screech turned Yveltal's physical defense into paper. We had decent synergy in case I was using Max Rockfall, with 2 of my teammates being immune to Sandstorm damage, and Refrigerate allowed Aurorus to turn Body Slam into an Ice-type nuke that would paralyze what felt like every single time. I would end up getting all 4 encounters about 90% of the time with this path, and while I did end up over odds, it didn't take much more than that to see my very first shiny. Oh no! Almost at odds is not great. No shiny. Yo, look at that. He's blue. Oh, that's awesome. I love shiny Nidoking. God, that looks awesome. Only a little bit over odds, unfortunately, but I am glad to have anything because anything is better than my performance last time. Oh, he's so cold. It's too cold outside. Bro has frostbite. Finding a shiny at less than 300 encounters feels so refreshing after last time. Interesting what happens when you put some elbow grease in ahead of time. Now that I had Phase for the first time, I was ready to switch it up. I saw a lot of people in the community hunting for Lunala, and while I'm a day 1 Solgaleo defender, I can recognize when I'm beat. Lunala shiny is about as good as it gets. But that doesn't mean I'm not interested in mid. Either way, I would do a total of 3 Lunala DAs before getting completely sidetracked. I ended up spending a little bit of time joining some raids of streamers I was watching who were also participating. I ended up joining Big Ukena a couple of times, and I also managed to join a few of Absolblock's Pokemons as well. But unfortunately, I was unable to find any shinies from either one. But I did manage to find something very cool in the midst of it all in one of my own DAs. Okay, well, I did technically do what I set out to do. I do have at least one shiny I can bring to Legend ZA. See? There he is. Regardless, I've been hoping for a shiny Pangoro since it was on my winning path for Lugia back in January, and I'm stoked to finally have one, and technically under odds. After Pangoro, I basically just decided to spend the rest of the time doing whatever random legendary I ended up finding. I saw a lot of different things, but shockingly, I wasn't seeing any shinies. We got bird. Big bug. Zobdas. Minecraft house. The last phase of the event lasted a while. On top of the fact that I was creeping closer to going over odds again, the event itself was coming to an end. So whatever I ended up finding would be the last shiny of the event for me. I spent the majority of my extended time on 2 very popular Dragon-type Pokemon, the first of which being Giratina. Giratina is shockingly not too bad to take down as a raid boss, along with the fact that I found a really good team to take it down consistently. Jolteon of all things carries Shadow Ball in its rental moveset, which may seem a little useless, but having non-stab options is handy when most of the raid boss Pokemon are designed to be able to take out types good against them. Abomasnow, Glalie, and Wigglytuff round out the team with even more insane type coverage. After a decent amount of Giratina runs, I made a realization. There is a Pokemon that this team is actually stronger against. A terrifying raid boss, the likes of which isn't bested or even rivaled among the entire roster of final boss Pokemon. You probably already know who it is. There's only one Pokemon in its weight class. Yummy soup. Lizard eat soup. Soup. Soup! Zygarde had been right under my nose this entire time, and I knew this path had what it takes to beat it. You want to know how? Well, just take a look at this. Are you kidding me? Wow. I have a really good Zygarde path, it looks like. That's nice. I've never ever seen that in my life before. Yeah, so this team beat Zygarde on the second turn. We didn't even give the poor thing the ability to transform. I just showed up to his house, did a dance on his front porch, refused to elaborate, and blew him up. And the next several runs ended like this. I was on a roll. Nothing could stop this team. It's almost as if it was tailor-made to dismantle the single hardest Pokemon to beat in Dynamax Adventures. That was until an old friend reared their ugly head. If I don't kill it right now, we're done. Alright, well, that sucks. I don't know what to do with that. Please just use Bind. I'm begging you. Oh. Just when I thought I'd gone the entire event without the crux of what made the single-player DA experience so annoying, it made itself known. The NPC players began to break under the pressure. I was having runs that ended at the first Pokemon. I was losing lives for no good reason. We started letting Zygarde transform, and we started losing. After a pretty embarrassing losing streak, I decided I would leave Zygarde for later. A question that might be floating around in your head now is, how long did it take me to finish this phase? Not too long, only like, just a little longer. It's not important. Please don't stop. A week later, after the event was supposed to be over, I was double over odds. Now, to be fair, I'd been writing the work-life balance considering DA weekend is, well, over, but after an entire week of overtime and nearly 2.5 times odds, I found this. You have overheat, use it! Oh my god! It's like babysitting. Single player DAs are like babysitting.
So bad.
Yay! Okay, good. Okay. I guess that's okay. What? Well, at least I'm done. God, that took forever. Good grief. Shiny Bisharp rounds out my second DA weekend. I'm so happy with the shinies I got this time, and while it is a bummer none of them are legendary Pokemon, like I said after Shiny Alpha Week, this is basically an open invitation to return to the max layer again and do it all over. There are still several shiny Pokemon I'd like to see in Legends ZA, a couple of which we saw this weekend. I hope you're all here next time to see me get them.